Hello, WWE fans in the YouTube universe. I am DJ Bauman, and I am the host of the WWE Daily Review Show. And this is the second pay-per-view that I have actually reviewed. The second one that happened, called the Wrestle Classic, the Wrestling Classic of 1985, held in Chicago, Illinois. And this was a 16-man tournament, and only one title match between Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper. So this pay-per-view was interesting. I mean, it was held on November 6th, 1985, in the Rosemont Horizon Arena. Oh, it was called the Wrestlevision Classic. And it wasn't a horrible pay-per-view. It was interesting, to say the least. Let's see. So, the pay-per-view started with a 16-man elimination tournament. And the first match was between Adrian Adonis with Jimmy Hart as his manager versus Corporal Kirshner. And this match was kind of short in a way. It was Adonis took the lead early on, but the Corporal hit Adonis with two arm drags. There was a headlock. Adonis hit with a suplex and an elbow to the head, and so on and so forth. Adonis was able to literally get the Corporal into a move where he slammed his head onto the mat and got the 3 count. So all I can give this match is an okay, kind of short. So Adonis wins the first round. Match number 2 is between the Dynamite Kid versus Nikolai Volkov, and this match was another short one. Volkov sang both were in there. Volkov wanted everyone to stand up and sing the Russian national anthem, and Dynamite Kid hit a drop kick from the top rope and gets the 3 count right away. So Dynamite Kid is our second winner. And this match was poor. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of short matches. I don't think they're fantastic. I don't think they're that entertaining. But it still wasn't what you could consider horrible, because this was just to make it so none of the matches took too long. Next match was between Ivan Putski versus Macho Man Randy Savage, with Elizabeth as his manager. And every match Macho Man came out during, Elizabeth was getting more cheering than him. Macho Man was definitely the major heel in this whole entire tournament. So Macho Man, just like he did with pretty much every match, started off the match rolling out of the ring. Gets back in the ring, and Putski spits in his face, and Savage rolled right back out of the ring. It seemed like Putski had the advantage because he was a lot stronger in a way. And when they went off the ropes against each other, they both slammed into each other, and Putski stood still while Savage got backed up. Putski was dominating the match, but what Savage did is, even though he was getting dominated the entire time, he was able to get under the legs of Putski and put his legs onto the second turnbuckle and pin Putski and win the match, which overall, that match was an okay rating too. So far, none of these matches have been extremely long or extremely entertaining, and to tell you the truth, most of Macho Man's matches, well, the first couple weren't that entertaining due to the fact he won in a very cheap way. Let's see, what else did we have? Match number 4 was between Ricky Steamboat versus Davey Boy Smith. And this was a good match, actually. These two were both quick in the ring. And yeah, there was quick action right away with Davey Boy winning hitting with the hip lock. There were quick counts and count outs and stuff like that. But it seemed like Davey Boy Smith was taking the lead, especially when he hit a power move into a 2 count and stuff like that. But Ricky's able to reverse with suplexes, goes off rope. Davey protects with his knees, so like when Ricky goes off the top rope, Davey Boy Smith put his knees up and blocked the move. Well, Ricky's on the ropes, and Davey Boy Smith goes after him, but he pretty much jumps onto the ropes and hits himself in the groin, which ends in Ricky Steamboat winning due to injury. And Ricky checked on him and everything. It was a good match. I wish it would have ended in a fair win, but it was good. Can't say much more than that. So he's our 4th winner. Match number 5 was between the Junkyard Dog versus the Iron Sheik. And Sheik started off right away with a pretty pathetic move by taking off his cloak pretty much and choking Junkyard Dog really quick. And Sheik constantly went for the chokes. Junkyard Dog was able to take control with headbutts, making Sheik roll out of the ring, and multiple 2 counts, but then Sheik pushes the ref, and the Junkyard, JYD, I'm going to call him right now, just like they do, hit with the headbutt and gets the 3 count and wins the match. So he's our 5th winner of the tournament, and it's an okay match. It wasn't fantastic in any way, of course. Next we have match number 6, Moondog Spot versus Terry Funk with Jimmy Hart as his manager. Now this was without a doubt the poorest match of the night because nothing happened. Terry Funk tries to trick Moondog Spot into both of them just quitting the tournament because neither of them want to fight each other. So Terry Funk gets out of the ring first because Moondog Spot doesn't want to get out of the ring first. Moondog Spot then leaves the ring with him. Funk tries to attack from behind, but Moondog Spot is able to grab a hold of him after getting attacked. Throwing him backwards, Spot gets in the ring and ends up winning the match. So that's the end of that. So poor rating overall. Match number 7 is between Tito Santana versus the Magnificent Morocco with Mr. Fuji as his manager. And let's see, there was a lockup that started early like most of these matches. Hard cross body by Santana into 2 counts, sunset flip into 2 count, arm lock by Tito, so on and so forth, and then a power slam into 3 count by Morocco, but Tito was able to get a roll up, but he saw his foot, the ref saw his foot on the rope, and Tito's able to get a roll up pin for the 3 count, so Tito wins that match, and it's an okay rating. Match number 8. Cowboy Bob Orton versus Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and in this particular pay-per-view, I'm not entirely sure, I gotta remember next time. Paul Orndorff has a $50,000 bounty on his head, pretty much, as in if anyone could beat him or injure him or something like that, they get the money. Now, this was a good match. And, it was kind of like this. The two of them were back and forth. Orton hits major headlock. Orton goes for flying head scissors. Hits top turnbuckle. Orndorff strong right, sending Orton over the ropes. And this match ends in a disqualification because Orton uses a weapon against Orndorff and loses the match. But this was a good match. These two were back and forth. Next we have Dynamite Kid versus Adrian Adonis with Jimmy Hart as his manager again. And this is the first match of the quarterfinals. So, arm drags by Kid, Adonis leaves the ring. There were multiple suplexes. And, it definitely seemed like Kid had the advantage. And when it looked like that, Jimmy Hart gets up on the rope, and Kid goes up and starts to, get a hold of him. Adonis tries to go for, the distraction and into a sunset flip into a 2 count. He gets kicked off by Kid into Jimmy Hart, and during the confusion, Kid takes advantage of that and wins the match. This was only an okay match because, once again, not much happened. Match number 10, Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage. Now, I expected this to be a great match. It ended pathetically because this is, like I said, Macho Man's first 2 wins were very cheap. Macho Man ended up winning this match by literally pulling brass knuckles out of his tights or shorts or whatever. And though Ricky Steamboat was able to duck the first punch, he's going for a suplex, and Macho Man hits him in the head, and that ends the match. Macho Man's able to get the 3 count and win because the ref didn't see the cheap move. So that ends that, but these two pulled off some pretty good moves, and Macho Man started off the match, actually, by putting Elizabeth in front of him to shield himself. So, there's our second winner, guaranteed semifinals. Match number 11, Junkyard Dog versus Moondog Spot. This was a poor match. Why? Because Spot attacks early on in the match, but the Junkyard Dog is able to hit a headbutt and win even before the ref can get into the ring. Now, I don't see the point in this. The match never even started, but they gave him the win anyways. Match number 12 between Tito Santana versus Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And this ended okay, I guess. So these two put on a pretty good fight, and they seemed to be respecting each other the entire time. They both wanted a great fight, and they were doing some great stuff. But, however, it was a lot of submission moves without really swinging a punch until they both got outside of the ring and started attacking each other to the point where it seemed like neither of them liked each other anymore. So this ends in a double countout and gives JYD a pass on the next round of the tournament. Which, hang on a second, I'm going to move us because my battery's going to die, and I can't pause this. So, welcome everyone! Sorry everyone. Okay. Very sorry about that, everyone. This is a quick review. So, let's put you guys right there. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'll make sure next time my battery's full for my review. So they take a break from the tournament at this point, and match number 13 is the title match between Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan, and this is a good match. This almost could have stolen the show, but it ended in a way that I don't really care for, again, unless it makes a lot of sense. And to me, I guess I didn't really watch previous episodes to see why they did this, but anyways. So, Piper and Hulk Hogan are going neck and neck with each other. Piper starts out by tossing Hulk Hogan out of the ring, and Hogan pulls Piper out of the ring also, and the two are back and forth just attacking each other. With Piper hitting a couple of cheap shots in the eyes, but Hulk Hogan is able to reverse into post and hitting a clothesline into the post, hitting suplex, a big slam, and 2 elbow drops. So, these two are going absolutely crazy, and it seems like Piper's going to win due to he gets a hold of Hogan with a sleeper hold, and the ref checks to see if Hulk Hogan is okay, and with the 2 arm drops, and then Hulk Hogan picks up his arm and waves his finger like, no, I'm still in this. So, it's weird how this match ended, in all honesty. Though it was a good match, this match ended kind of weird due to the fact, Hogan throws Piper into the rope and throws himself into the rope, but what Piper does is he hits Hogan in the back of the head and sends him into the referee, which knocks out the ref, which, by the way, this is one of the skinniest referees I've seen in WWE, especially when you look at it today, and all of them are big guys. And it honestly, it's weird due to the fact that it's like all of a sudden you just look and here comes Piper with a chair, nails Hulk Hogan, goes to hit him again. Hulk catches the chair, lifts him up, hits Piper really quick, and it looks like Hogan's going to win fair and square, when all of a sudden Cowboy Bob Orton comes running into the ring, starts attacking Hulk Hogan, and it ends in a disqualification with Orndorff coming to Hulk Hogan's aid. Now, so far, this pay-per-view has been decent, but every fight that I really enjoy ends in a really pathetic way up to this point. And from this point on, these next 2 matches for the finals of the tournament ended decently, but again, ended in ways where I wish it would have ended a little differently. Like, for instance, they move on to the semifinal match. The World Heavyweight Championship was not the final match, which Hulk Hogan did get to keep the title. The next match was between Dynamite Kid versus Macho Man Randy Savage. And these two did a very good job. After multiple lockups and the two of them Macho Man constantly trying to get a hold of Dynamite Kid, Macho Man leaves in frustration, leaves in the ring, and the two of them are rolling on the ropes back and forth. And yeah, these two are just doing a great job. Like, The shoulder block by Kid, ride into huge, sending Savage into a ride, hitting a huge backdrop, and then a high cross body into a 2 count. Macho Man trying to take advantage of Kid, but Kid trying to do a sunset flip into a pin. Savage hitting with an elbow drop, but let's see what else. There's a double clothesline that almost takes both of them out, but luckily Macho Man is able to get up by the 8. And this is the cool part of the match. This was definitely the highlight of the show, easily. So Macho Man's on the top rope, or on the top turnbuckle, and Dynamite Kid runs up and hits a huge drop kick right on top of the rope, goes up and hits this big suplex right off the top, and everyone thinks Dynamite Kid's going to win, and so did I. But then Macho Man is able to lock up the legs just in time, reverses a pin that could have ended the match for him, and ends up winning the match. So overall, good match, but you could see Macho Man was hurt bad. The next thing we got was, you could tell the crowd didn't care, was someone was about to win a vehicle, and we're going to skip this. There is no review on that, because if there was a review, I'd say maybe they should have just done that before the show began, because you could tell people didn't care, especially since somebody threw something. So our final match of the night, the tournament finale, because JYD, because of that count out that happened in the quarterfinals, JYD got a pass in the semifinals. So this match is between JYD versus Macho Man Randy Savage, and once again, how does Macho Man start the match? Throwing Elizabeth in front of him and rolling out of the ring. But this time, he grabs a chair. He's constantly grabbing chairs, looking for weapons, constantly rolling out of the ring, arguing with the fans, and I'm sitting there like, is there going to be a fight? Are these two just going to stare at each other? And Macho Man's hurt from his fight with Dynamite Kid. So these two are looking at each other, and Macho Man throws a chair at JYD. He catches it and starts slamming his head on the chair, saying, "This is going to be you in a little bit." Well, this match, JYD dominates pretty much the entire time, probably due to the fact that, that huge suplex off the top turnbuckle against Kid left a number on him. But Macho Man's using every cheap method in the book to take advantage. Like, there's a chair shot, the ref sees it, and there is no disqualification. He also goes up, puts him on, like, the steel guard that's separating them from the fans, and starts choking him, and the ref's not doing anything. It's like, what the heck? Then one headbutt sends Macho Man into the ropes, and he gets wrapped around it. JYD starts hitting him, and the ref backs him up like, no, that's illegal. So was a chair shot in this fight, isn't it? So these two are going back and forth, and Macho Man is still doing everything cheaply to win this match. Like, throwing JYD outside of the ring and hitting multiple double axe hands off the top rope, sneaking up and hitting him. But this match ends, literally, JYD hits a couple of headbutts, and when Savage sends him into the ropes, Savage runs over like he's going to clothesline him, and JYD sends him right over the top of the turn of the ropes and sends him right outside the ring, winning the match via countout. And how was the match? It was good. So how was the pay-per-view in all? the pay-per-view in all was at most good. Again, I think this was something new that they were still working on. They hadn't done many pay-per-views, and you can tell a lot of the speeches and stuff are definitely not planned out like today's speeches are. So you could tell they were still working on this new thing. So overall, pay-per-view was good. Not great, not fantastic, but good. There were some good matches, there were some disappointing matches. So hopefully moving on from the first two pay-per-views up to WrestleMania 2, hopefully I'll see some more. My expectations for WrestleMania 2 aren't high. But I know there should be a couple of good matches. I'm coming up to WrestleMania 2. It won't be long before I hit WrestleMania 3, 4, 5. I should be able to get through multiple WrestleManias before the end of the year. With how few pay-per-views there are each year to begin with. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have a comment about, or an opinion on a fight that you disagree with me, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm willing to hear anything you guys have to say. I enjoy hearing from you guys. To my 2 subscribers! Thanks for putting up with me. So anyways, hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Enjoy Raw tonight.